Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hutch here. Welcome back to the channel. This past fall, I had the opportunity to detail the interior and exterior of this 2012 Mazda 3. It belongs to a friend of mine, and he was getting it ready for sale, so he wanted me to just touch everything up, give it a really good clean. It had not been detailed since he bought it, as you can tell from these before pictures. So we'll go through some before shots and then we'll get right into the cleaning. Hope you guys enjoy it. So the first thing that I start with is the plastics, and I use an ABC diluted 20:1, and I spray that all over the door panel or the plastic that I'm working on, and then agitate with a brush. And then in this case I'm using steam because, as I said before, it had been a while since this vehicle had been detailed, so I'm using steam. Helps get into the cracks and crevices, kind of blow things out, get them clean, and it's a really good disinfectant. So you'll see me using this throughout this detail. I honestly don't know why I stuck this clip here when I did, because I don't think this is where it falls in sequence of what parts of the vehicles that I clean, because I'm pretty sure I just went to the dash and the center console. But anyways, here it is. So I'm using my steam again to get some rubber pieces and get inside the molding here of the hatch in the back, and just use my ABC and clean it up really well. And so now I'm getting into the dash, the center console. It's the same process, using the APC and the steam and a microfiber towel. So this part of the vehicle is under the back bench seat, and I'm just using my brush to agitate any dust or anything that's laying on the surface and then sucking it up with the vacuum, and then I go back through with my APC and my steam cleaner to clean it up. So this was one of the worst areas on the headliner. Something had been spilled, and so I wanted to show my process of how I clean headliners. And so what I did is I sprayed my APC into my brush, and then I kind of lightly dabbed and made circles in the headliner with my brush, and then I was cleaning up with the microfiber towel. And I wasn't being too aggressive. If you're too aggressive, you can loosen the glue behind the headliner and the headliner could sag. So I'm going over it multiple times, but very gently. And so here you'll see the results. It didn't completely come out. Maybe I could have used my steam cleaner, but really it did make a huge difference, and it came out pretty well. Several times in these vacuuming clips you'll see me using a little brush tool, and it's just a grout tool. It's long and skinny, has bristles on the end of it. I bought it at Walmart for like $3. I highly recommend one of these if you have carpets that seems like everything gets stuck inside of it and you can't get it out with just a vacuum. I would recommend using this tool or a drill brush attachment for your drill. So this video is after all the plastics and after the carpets had been cleaned. Turned out pretty nice. There wasn't any major staining or anything in those carpets, so it turned out really nice. Now moving on to the seat cleaning and extraction. I apologize for any camera angles here. I couldn't figure out how to get the best camera angle, but I did my best. I just started by spraying my APC onto the seat and then agitating with the drill brush and then extracting. Now it's time to dress the plastics, and for this I'm using Chemical Guy's Silk Shine. I just spray it onto a microfiber towel and then wipe it on and buff off if needed. So now it's time to start on the exterior of the vehicle, and I start with the wheels first. And the first thing that I did is spray my APC, and this was diluted 10-to-1, and I let that dwell for a couple minutes, and then I rinsed that off. And I rinsed the wheels really well because there was a yellowish type film that started to form on these wheels. So I used the combination of the APC and my pressure washer to get rid of that. And then after that I used PNS Brake Buster, or I'm sorry, PNS Iron Buster. It gets rid of all those iron particles and brake dust. And I let that dwell, and then I rinsed it off. And then after that, this is where I use PNS Brake Buster in my IK foam sprayer 1.5. So a 3-step process just because of how dirty these wheels were, and then everything was set to dwell. It wasn't a sunny day, so nothing dried on the wheels, but made sure I got the wheel arches really well, got inside the barrels, used my different brushes just to get a really nice deep clean on these wheels. So the next step in the process is to clean the engine bay, and first I'm going to spray APC all over the engine bay, let that dwell, and then rinse, and then I'm going to spray it again and then agitate with my different brushes, and then I will, once that's all dry, I will dress with Chemical Guys Silk Shine just to give it a matte finish. And I still do cover the electrical components with plastic bags. I've gotten comments about why do I do this. It's simply for my peace of mind, and the engine bay does see water, but it doesn't see water coming from a pressure sprayer from the top side down. So it's for my peace of mind, just to make sure that the vehicle stays safe. And it doesn't take that much time. I've never had any issues with it. I would rather be safe than sorry. So the next step in the process is to get the exterior cleaned off. I'm going to rinse with my pressure washer, then foam the entire vehicle and agitate with my brush in the cracks and crevices, emblems, moldings, anywhere that my wash mitt can't get to. And then I'm going to use a strip wash to make sure there are no existing waxes or sealants on the vehicle, which I'm pretty sure there weren't because the vehicle hadn't been detailed probably ever. And I know what you're thinking, because I was thinking the same thing. This vehicle needs a repaint. It was a Florida car and just wasn't properly cared for, and so yeah, there's a lot of sun damage. Unfortunately, my friend just needed to get the vehicle sold, so he ended up selling it as is, and he adjusted the price accordingly. And so I just used the Turtle Wax ceramic spray wax, and you spray on when the vehicle's wet, and then you just dry it right off with your towel. So that's what I did. Gave it a little bit of protection, and for the areas that weren't sun damaged, it gave that protection, and it'll give it about 3 months protection. So then the next customer can go ahead and repaint the car. So one spot that you don't want to forget about is the door jambs, and especially on a vehicle that hasn't been cleaned in a while, they're going to be pretty dirty. So I just used my APC diluted 10:1, sprayed it on the door jamb and in my detail brush, and then agitated, and then I mopped it up with the microfiber towel. And a lot of times before you clean the vehicle, before you do the interior of the vehicle, you can spray these out. You can spray it with your pressure washer, and a lot of times that'll take it right up. Or you can agitate, then spray it with your pressure washer if it's really bad. But I just went ahead and did this method because I didn't want to get the interior of the vehicle wet. One last thing that I wanted to do to this vehicle was brighten up the headlights. So I'm going to use my polisher with a microfiber cutting pad and some cutting compound, and then I'm going to go over them a few times, and then I'm going to switch to my white polishing pad with a polish, and I'm going to go over it a few times, and it did a really good job at polishing the headlights. I would have liked to have used the sandpaper method, but with the amount of time that I had and with this vehicle going up for sale, this was a really nice, quick and easy solution, and they turned out really nice. So here are some before and after shots for you. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.